Welcome back to Modern Mommies here on tweettalk.tv. I am Alexis Ann Moore, and I am the mother of a beautiful 3-year-old boy, 3.5 years old now, and the creator of the Superhero Children Project. And with me, I've got my lovely co-host, Jennifer Perry, who is the mother of 3 beautiful children and is she's working in the Dallas school system as a school counselor after 17 years in the school system. How's it going, Jennifer?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I always feel like there's so many words to get to you. But it is wonderful to be back with you. We missed last week, and I missed you dearly.
I missed you too.
Yeah. So this week we're going to be going over a little deeper about sun protection, sunscreen, sun protector, what you can do to protect yourself naturally, and all of that, because we kind of touched on it a little bit in our topic last time, and it's a really cool thing to go into, especially ahead of time before summer hits, so that we can prepare ourselves for it. So we're going to be covering that later. We're going to have tips and tricks for making our lives easier coming up, and of course our Hot Daddy of the Week is going to be coming up as well. So stay tuned for that. But until then, what do you have for us? What's going on in the world right now, Jennifer?
Okay, I've got kind of a sweet story for you for this week. This story comes out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. There was a middle school basketball game where the basketball players were playing. I think they were preparing to go on to like the district or state championship, something like that. There was a cheerleader on the cheerleading squad for that team who happens to have Down syndrome. And while she was cheering, there were some students and fans in the stands that were making fun of her. And so, I know, I hate that so much. But the basketball players overheard it. And there were about 4 basketball players who walked off the court and left the game and went and stood up for her and told the boys, hey, stop saying that, stop being mean to her. And so, I think Kenosha is just like a little bitty tiny town, but somebody posted a story on Facebook, and now it's really gone viral as just a true testament to what a great job parents are doing over there, really, and that school. But they really should be proud of themselves for standing up for her. It's just a whole different culture when it's cool to be nice instead of cool to be mean.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the way it really is inside. It's all the insecurities we're taught by growing up, learning that there are things wrong with us. You know, it's those insecurities that make us want to act like jerks, basically. So it's the natural tendency, I think, to be like that.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to see it coming together, and also, I mean, in that kind of location, you'd imagine like high school boys all together with their adrenaline pumping. You know, that's not the scene you would expect to see, that kind of group behavior. That's really cool.
Well, and it was even in middle school, so that's an age really where kids are even meaner to each other because they're kind of trying to figure out. And
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? I remember middle school, like, it was just the most horrible thing.
Yes.
I mean, we didn't even know who we were, and we were supposed to like figure out who was cool and why am I not cool, but I'm cool this week, but now I'm not cool because what happened? Because I sat next to who? Like, what is happening? I don't understand. Middle school. Ugh.
Yes, that's
middle school is cruel.
Yeah, it's a hard age. So kudos to them for standing up for somebody who was, you know, in a hard situation. They're like turning around and naming like the auditorium now Dee's house, because her name was, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I think Deanne, or her name started with a D. And so they're renaming the little auditorium as Dee's house. Yeah, just as a testament to her and just to really reinforce to the kids that kindness gets you further than being mean.
Yeah, because now who's you know, on the outer ring of the cool kids, you know, those bullies, really neat. That's really a neat thing to be seeing happening. So
yeah,
very cool. Well done to those kids. Thanks for bringing that story to us, Jennifer.
Yes. Just when you think that, oh, what are we going to do with these kids these days, they stand up and show us that it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
pleasantly surprised by kids these days, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I said that phrase, kids these days, I'm a little bit shocked in this moment right now that oh, time. But yeah, um, it's good to see and it's good to hear stories like that because we hear a lot of bad stuff, but we don't hear about the good stuff that happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
so how about the sun? It's finally out.
Yes, I know. I love the sun, and it's springtime, and the flowers, and yes, the blue skies. This is the greatest.
Hearing the birds in the morning, and it's
Yes.
flying ants stuck in my hair,
Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
something I noticed the other day. It's springtime. I'm sitting under the tree in the sun, and I've just got random flying bugs get lodged in my hair, trying to escape. They're panicking, you know. Um, that's fun. But I'll take
That
it.
is.
I'll take
Mm-hmm.
it. We're going camping this weekend, tomorrow, and I'm so excited to be having myself and Zane out in nature, just uh, not freezing, not having to wear water, a water jacket or something, not a raincoat, but it's just been so
Mm-hmm.
dreary and gross. I'm ready to celebrate. But to do
Yes.
that, most people would pack a tube of sunscreen, and I've never done that with my kid. 3.5 years, he's never had a sunburn, and all I do is just feed him certain foods and rub him down with some coconut oil, and it's just all we've ever done. He's always been fine. He's
Mm.
super fair too, that kid. Yeah.
Wow, that's yeah. I didn't know a lot about sunscreen before I started doing research, and that was kind of the scariest thing to figure out. That I never use sunscreen. I'll use tanning oil or whatever else. But the people I do put a lot of sunscreen on, or I worry about, is my kids. And so
Hmm.
that's when I was like, oh, what am I putting on my kids? What am I doing to my kids? The people that we're trying to protect. I don't think you really realize it until you start digging and looking.
Now, we started talking about this on the last show when we were talking about tips and tricks for the summer or for the spring break. And
Mhm.
so I don't remember if I told you the story about how I put all this together for myself or not. I don't remember if I shared that. I probably didn't have time, but if I'm repeating myself, forgive me. But this is kind of an important thing to understand about the way that our bodies work and the way that nature works just so perfectly, like a complete system. You just keep everything flowing healthy and everything works. Um, is I worked at a cosmetic company and I sold mostly natural sunscreen, but it wasn't all natural, um, and that was in college. And I was sitting outside one day, sitting in Austin, and I was thinking, it just is bugging me. It doesn't make sense to me that we have to protect ourselves so heavily. And me, I'm so fair. I like sunscreen was a monthly investment for me as a child. I mean, like I was covered in it all the time. The bullfrog, like the strongest. I had blistering sunburns like every summer. It was sunscreen was a major part of my life. But it didn't make sense to me that we could be uh, like born incomplete. Like we're supposed to hide in a cave all day or something. Like how was our body evolved to be on Earth and be burned by the sun? That just seems so cruel. It was like a cruel creation, you know? It can't be true. So I started thinking about it, and I like really sat outside and thought about it. I do this stuff sometimes. I probably sat outside for a good hour and just mulled on it for a while until I realized that we're built with our own protection. Our natural oils in our skin, and and there are two things that we're doing to prevent ourselves from even knowing that. And one is that we are eating processed foods, chemicals and crap that are toxins on our skin, which causes the skin cancer when the sun comes in contact with it. Um, and we are also washing off the oil that's there when we use our loofah and soap absentmindedly every morning when we don't really need the soap. Um, and so when you're removing that oil or you're keeping it from being healthy, then you are removing the natural protection that you were granted by birth, you know? Um, So I realized that, and I went, oh my gosh, like it's on me, and I'm washing it off, and I'm burning all the time, and I'm getting, you know, like sunspots and stuff, and I'm doing it to myself. It wasn't even supposed to happen. So so over the years now, like I haven't bought sunscreen since, and I haven't had a burn since. I mean, not really, not really. I mean, I had one that you could see for a day, and then it was gone, which is nothing for me. It's nothing. I have horror stories about peeling and sunburns and stuff. So anyway, so I put together a list of three foods and 3 oils that can help with that. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, because before we go into that, I want to hear some stuff about actual sunscreen. Sunscreen and sunblock prevents you from getting the vitamin D. Your body needs vitamin D to be healthy, and the best way to get it is from the sun, and the only way to get it from the sun, okay, is by the oils in your skin. And it's a 48-hour process. This is all, like I'm saying it fast. It took me a long time to put all this together, but a 48-hour process for your body to absorb the vitamin D and process it and bring it into your body. So if you go spend the day on the lake, and then you come home and you use your, you know, your antibiotic soap or whatever, or antibacterial soap, and wash it all off, then you're not going to get any of that vitamin D soaked up all day. So there's like a whole process, all surrounding your oils, all keeping you healthy. And when you do that with your natural oils and you get that vitamin D, it actually prevents cancer. Prevents cancer. It's huge. So when you're blocking it, you're blocking the vitamin D also. You are keeping yourself between you and the light source of the sun, which is like wonderful, good medicine. So. So
that's true.
Jennifer, I want to hear some stuff about actual sunscreen, and I want to hear some things about like what's in the sunscreen. I know you looked up a bunch of that stuff. So what do you have for us?
Yeah, that was kind of some messed up stuff when I started researching that. First of all, I figured out that sunscreens, the chemicals in there, I'm kind of scientific and I love science, so they are doing actual things to our bodies, which was really kind of scary. Like, okay, sure, some of the chemicals are toxic. We all know that. But then others of them were like constantly releasing free radicals in as soon as the sun hits it. They're designed to start releasing free radicals into your bodies.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, other ones are designed to act like estrogen and disrupt hormone productions and synthesis.
Wait. You said designed to do that?
Yeah, that's how the chemicals are acting, and it's a kind of a known fact.
Okay. Okay, side note, all right, because I know this about low-fat items marketed to women, like low-fat yogurt and diet sodas are primarily sweetened with aspartame, which from a lot of my research has shown that when you eat that in small amounts every day, small amounts, 1 cup of yogurt, 1 Diet Dr. Pepper, okay, it reduces the IQ of your children by up to like 15%. All right. So the reason I'm saying that is because anytime I hear marketing telling me something that I can do every day, do it every day, wear sunscreen every day, what are you doing going outside without sunscreen every day? You know, it's like drilling it in our heads, and it's killing us. So
yes.
Be very aware when you hear someone telling you have to do something every day. Like, just step back and think about it for a minute, okay?
That's so true. And that's what was scary, because you do that to your kids. You know, you lather them up for sunscreen before they go to school or every time they go outside to play. And so that was what was really kind of scary, is that whole hormonal piece and the disruptors that we're putting in our kids' bodies every single day. And so, very scary. There were 2 main chemicals that they said that really you have to read the labels and look for, because even some of those high-priced ones that call themselves all natural, they're really just using like marketing techniques. And so if it has oxybenzone and we're gonna have to put this up in the chat room for you, methoxynilamate. See, if you can't even pronounce the word, you shouldn't be putting it on your body for sure.
Right.
But those are the 2.
It doesn't even go through your liver. That stuff goes straight into your blood to be filtered to your entire body immediately.
Yes.
You know?
And designed to start reacting with the sun.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was really pretty scary. And then there was a European study, two different European studies that were testing mother's milk. And they found pretty high traces of those two chemicals after parents had put on sunscreen in the mother's milk.
Wow.
So when we're feeding our babies, we're giving those infant children those hormone disruptors and things like that. It was really messed up the more I dug into it.
You know, it seems like the things that we do to protect ourselves out of a fear of something, like, you know, like we're fighting something, whatever. It seems like those actions we take, which are fear-based actions, they seem to lead to things that are actually worse for us than whatever it is we're thinking we're fighting in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at prescription medication for the most part, just for a major example of that one. But in all kinds of ways,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
staying out of the sun keeps you from getting vitamin D. So this this blog post that I promised to have up last week, it has been insane in my world for the last couple of months, and I haven't been able to get around to doing everything, but I'm doing almost everything, it seems. Like I've got so much on my plate, so I'm so sorry I didn't post that last week, but I will get it out in a couple of days. The reason I'm saying that is there's a lot of really good information in that post about this topic, and in particular that the CDC noticed that that people that are closer to the equator, they have a lower incidence of skin cancer, or of cancer, I think in general it was, and they're attributing it to the high levels of vitamin D, because these people, I'm sure they're not all using like Dial, you know, body wash or Axe or whatever on a loofah sponge every day on their skin, but they're so close to the sun getting all that vitamin D, so they attribute that drop in cancer to vitamin D. But then they come back to try to duplicate it, to do it in a pill form, you know, to duplicate those results, and they're using a chemical form. They're not using the sun and the skin oils. They're using their own chemical form of D, and they're not finding the same results, and they can't figure out why. And it's because the only way to get that, to duplicate that, is to do it naturally, to just chill. Like, just eat good food and go outside and play. That's all you got to do. That's it. You don't have to fight a war against anything. You don't have to go buy stuff and put it on. Just go play. And
enjoy the sun.
Stay away from the junk, you know? Because you have all those chemicals that you're talking about floating through your blood and being released through your skin. That's the stuff your body, the sun, is reacting to and causing cancer in those places it hits, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. So do you want to talk about what we can use instead?
Yeah. So, so bring up the picture of the yummy chocolate-looking shake thing. It's like a yummy dessert. It looks like a chocolate smoothie.
I love chocolate.
Oh, well, that's chocolate. Okay, well, so that's one thing.
Is that the one you were talking about, or the smoothie?
Well, that's fine. We're here.
They can't see this one yet.
Dark chocolate, high in antioxidants, and that prevents free radicals, and it's a good one to get in your blood. Like, if you know you're going to be going out in the sun in a couple of days, start eating some of these things a couple of days before so that you can have all that goodness in your skin oils. Dark chocolate is one of them. So, yay, dark chocolate.
Yum! Yum.
Okay, bring up the smoothie, or the shake, the chocolate shake. See it? All right. That. Okay, so that is a vanilla, actually. That's a vanilla and blueberry chia smoothie, or chia. If you don't know about chia seeds, they're really interesting. They're teeny, 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 tiny, and they're crunchy, and they're considered the Mayan superfood, I believe. Maybe Aztec. I don't know. They're chock full of all kinds of goodness. But then when you let them sit in a liquid, they like congeal and they get like tapioca like that. It turns into that
Mm.
pudding, and you can add all kinds of sweetener to it. The wonderful thing about chia seeds, and the reason I'm showing it to you here, is they are packed full of omega-3s. Omega-3s and combined with omega-6, which you find in coconut oil, are really great to have like just coming out of your skin all the time. You'll have such healthy skin and you will be so protected. Other places to get that is like salmon, you know, oily fish, flax seeds, good source. But chia's the fun one, and hemp seeds also. Hemp seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I throw in handfuls of chia seeds into like my cookie dough and like into whatever. I just throw those things in and kind of mix them in and get that in like that.
Do they taste?
Well, no, not at all. The weird.
Okay.
They're just weird because when they are dry, like when I throw them into my paleo cookie dough mix, they just add a little crunch. They're so microscopic tiny. They're so tiny, but you will get them stuck in your teeth. Okay. But then when you let them sit, they turn into these like jelly balls. It's so hard to explain. So the texture,
That's crazy.
you can mix some with maple syrup and cocoa powder and some coconut milk and let it sit, and it turns into this like chocolate pudding. Pretty cool. It's a quick way to get full of omegas.
Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
I think you can buy a bag for like $10 to $15, but it lasts forever, just forever. It does anyway.
Very cool.
Right. And last but not least, so these are 3 things if you start adding these to your body and then like staying away from toxic foods and chemicals and alcohol for the first few days before you leave to go on your trip or whatever, then you'll be better protected. Red and orange fruits and vegetables. They're just packed full of, I forget the word, but whatever it is that makes them red. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Thanks, baby. I love you. Bye.
See, we're real mommies doing real mommy things.
I was interrupted. Here's some cheese. Okay, thanks, buddy. Get my cheese. I'm ready to go. All right. Whatever it is that makes them red, I can't remember the name, but that specific compound or element or whatever.
Is it beta carotene?
Yeah, that's what makes them orange.
Okay.
Okay, orange plants, and let me get sciencey again because my son just threw me off. But
yeah.
But anyway, the natural lycopene. Lycopene. It's high in antioxidants. It's in tomatoes and red, pink produce, strawberries, peppers, any of that stuff. Get a bunch of red and orange in you. And so make it fun, you know, eat some yummy stuff. Eat some mangoes and, you know.
Yum.
It's orange.
Ortiz. Yeah. You know, while I was researching, they came up with a couple of different kinds of sunscreens that were mineral-based. And they said that if you could find one with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide, that those would be ones that if you were still worried about burning or things like that and you needed more protection, you could put on your face and it's not having all of those nasty chemicals go into your body.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, honestly, I have, like, I got to that point when I was giving up on my chemical stuff and I was going to maybe buy some and make my own with it, and I had the question in my mind about, is that like a metal toxin going into my skin also? I'm not really sure, and so I didn't really get any further in my research of that for myself personally. So I don't really know what to tell you about that.
Yeah, I guess that's a point, because what they did say is that the zinc and titanium, they don't do all of the things that those other chemicals do. So like they're not putting extra estrogen into your body and free radicals.
True.
But they also didn't tell me that I wasn't now putting metal into my body
I
either.
know. See, there's
Yeah,
so many
it's.
things. I
Mhm.
just stay aware of myself, and if I know, like if I know I'm going to some place where I'm going to be in the sun for hours, it's not just a matter of playing in the backyard until we're ready to go inside. Then we bring hats, and we just stay aware of ourselves. Eating the foods,
Yeah.
like I said, but then also there are oils that have their own natural SPF, and coconut oil is one of them. It has, I believe, it's a 4 to 6 SPF for
Mm.
coconut oil. So that's a really good one if you're going to wear your SPF every day. Coconut oil is a great one because don't you wear like about a 4 in your makeup, for your day if you're just going from the car to the building and that, it's a really good one for that.
Mhm. Mm. Yeah, that's so good.
There's a link. I gave you a link, Jennifer. Can you pull it up? It's in the last message that I sent you there. It's a link for a website that I use. I end up at this website a lot. Wellnessmama.com.
Oh yeah. You know why I'm pulling this up? Another thing that I saw that was kind of scary is how those spray-on sunscreens right now are all of the rave. Those things when you're spraying those don't even have to be absorbed through your skin. Those things are just going straight into your lungs.
Ah,
And so those spray-on ones that they're targeting moms and stuff because it's easier. It makes your life so much easier. You're just spraying that, and your kids are just inhaling all of those toxins and things directly.
and imagine it probably like coats the inside of your lungs with like
Hmm.
funk, because
Yeah.
stuff's designed to stay on.
Mm-hmm. It's waterproof, so I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's no good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
it was really scary.
I just put it.
Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Scroll down just a little bit. I want to see the list of oils and their SPFs. So everybody at home, take a look. Oh, you just
Nope.
missed it. Okay.
Okay, here it goes.
All right, right here. So we've
Okay.
got almond oil is about a 5, as is
Mm-hmm.
coconut oil and shea butter. And if you are even slightly crunchy and make in any of your own stuff, you probably have one of those 3 things in your bathroom. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what I don't know, see, there's zinc oxide, has a
Uh-huh.
20 depending on how thick you coat it. Wasn't zinc the stuff we had back in the day? You'd put it on your nose and it would just.
Yeah. It's like bullfrog stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I remember the zinc was like you'd have a white nose if you put it on thick enough. Is that right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, because it's designed not to absorb. It's just literally supposed to block.
Yeah. So you could make it super thick, like just a
Mm-hmm.
white, and then it would be total block, or you could do it for white. What I'm interested in is this carrot seed oil. I've never, I don't know, is that something you could buy a whole bottle of and use? Because look at that, SPF 35 to 40. I mean, what? Red
Yeah.
raspberry seed oil?
Mm-hmm. And
That's
are you putting that on you or are you eating that?
no on.
Okay.
Putting it
Huh.
on you. Yeah, so there you go. If any of you out there gets a hold of some carrot seed oil and tries it, let us know how it works for you. And the red raspberry. I wonder if one
Yeah.
is orange and one is red. Maybe that's why we don't see that much in circulation. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm.
I'll
Oh,
look into
yeah.
that. I'll come back and let y'all know. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
found it and it was awesome and I smelled like a berry. Yeah.
Yeah, like raspberry coconut, you'd smell like a smoothie.
Hey, take us back to that page, and
Okay.
she shares a really great recipe for making your own sunscreen concoction at home. I have not done this. There it is.
Okay.
Okay, so this is at wellnessmama.com, and it is under the heading, homemade sunscreen. All right, so you can find this
Okay.
yourself, but here we've got,
Let me just make it bigger for you. Okay. Can you
which
see that?
she's mixing all kinds of these oils. So she's got almond oil, coconut oil, Beeswax is added to solidify it, so you can put it in a jar and it gets thicker, like a cream instead of an oil. She's adding some zinc oxide and then a little bit of the raspberry, red raspberry seed, carrot seed. Vitamin E is very antioxidant and healing. Shea butter, and then essential oils. She's adding vanilla extract. Ylang ylang smells really great. You could add, I wonder if citrus would, I don't know.
I am so going to try this. This is cool.
Yeah. So there you go. And if you make the initial purchase of buying all those oils, I mean, they're not cheap, but you use so little that you'll have it for a really long time, you know. And the thing about oils, a lot of people don't actually know how to use them. Like if you're using oils for skincare, you always want to put them on damp skin because then it absorbs straight in. Now, whereas if you put it on dry skin and you just stay slick kind of all day, but if you put it on damp skin, you can use just a tiny bit, rub it in your hands and just press it on, and a little goes a long way, and then it really absorbs in. If you're using it for a sunscreen, though, you probably want to put it on thick and just kind of be oily, you know. But that's kind of the look at the beach, you know.
Yep. So true. That's a great idea.
Let's have a healthy spring and summer. I mean, we're in Texas, so it's basically summer. We just summer just started. We're very happy about that.
Yes. It was 80-something today here, and just beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been warm. It has been. So, yay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and the sun hits my face. I'm like, oh.
Oh, I know. Oh,
glorious sun. I miss you. Yeah,
yes.
I sing to the sun. I'm really happy about it being back. It was a dreary months straight.
I'm so affected by the sun and the weather. And so when it's like cloudy and no sun, it's dragging me to get me going. But then as soon as the sun comes out, it's like, ah!
Yes. Oh, I know exactly. Okay, I could tell you this season where I was when the sun first came out. I was at the rodeo, and I was with my mom and my son, and we were in the carnival, like doing all the games, and I was walking with my kid, and then all of a sudden it just smacked me in the face, and I turned around and I forgot myself in public, and I turned around and went, oh my God, it's the sun! Like that. And then I remembered that I am an adult and I'm in public, and I looked around and these little old ladies were laughing at me, and they said, just go for it, you know.
That is so funny. I love that.
That's where I was, right? The first time I saw the sun in months.
I know.
So let's talk about making our lives easier. You told me that you have a lot of tricks that you have found for like making Mama's life easier. Give them to me. I need to.
Yeah. Well, you know, since we were just talking about the sun, this one was creative. I had never seen this before. I have to be honest. Okay. Ta-da! Okay, you're outside, or you're at the beach, or you're wherever, and you've got a little one. You know how you have your pack and play or whatever. You can take a crib sheet and just put it over the pack and play, and it'll keep the sun out. It'll keep bugs, mosquitoes, things like that out while your little guy is outside playing.
What a great idea.
I know. I wish I would have thought of that when I had young kids, because that really is. My kids were never really in that, but I can see if you wanted them to be outside at the beach and things like that. That's a great idea.
My parents had this like expandable fence thing. It was like, I don't know, I guess it was designed for kids back then, but it looked more like maybe a dog fence or something that kind of contracted and expanded, and that was where I got to be.
Yeah.
It was a big enough area where I could just be there. I don't know.
Yeah, just so you had room to move, but you weren't, you know, out in the street or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was a great idea. Especially for the sun and the bugs.
Yeah. And yeah, just bugs and mosquitoes, you know, all of that stuff. Okay, next one that I found. I never thought about this either. Now, when I did have kids, they had those little rings that went in the bathtub that you could put your kiddo in the bathtub, and so he wouldn't fall off.
Oh, cute.
But this, I was like, genius. Take like a laundry basket, put your kiddo in there and the toys, and it'll even keep the toys from like going all over the place.
Oh, wow. And then you just pick up the kids, and then you pick up the basket, and all the toys come with it. Oh.
Booyah! Yes, the water drains out. I would make sure I double drained it because you don't want that nasty mildew water. But yes, beautiful. Yes.
That could have saved me a lot of time.
I know. And okay, speaking of mildew water, my mom,
can't wait.
my mom used to have these little frogs that went into the bathtub with my kids, and it had little babies with it and everything. Not like babies, but you know what I mean, little frog babies. And they lit up, and they were so cute. They were my kids' favorite toys. But like all of those bathtub toys, you know how they get the water in them, and then they go and they start mildewing?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Take a glue gun that little hole, which will keep the water from going in there, and then you don't have to worry about like mildew and all of that nasty stuff that even if you like soak it in bleach, it never comes out.
Ever. It's disgusting. I mean, you turn around, not only is like my son putting the 40+ chemicals in the bath water in his mouth a disgusting thing.
Mm-hmm.
He teases me by acting like he's about to suck it up, and he's like, but to turn around and see him take one of those nasty things and squeeze that water in his mouth from one of those toys, you can't move fast enough, you're like,
yes.
No. Man, my life would have been so different if I had known that a long time ago.
I know, and these are things like, oh my God, why did I not think of that? Because that's not that difficult.
Right.
Okay, the great medicine battle. I think I was having pity on mommies with younger kids, really.
Oh, yeah.
Use a nipple and then your medicine dropper, and then you squirt the medicine. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Squirt the medicine out of the nipple, and then the baby just drinks it like it's regular bottle or whatever, and they won't fight you.
What?
Look at that. So simple.
What?
I know. See, that was like a genius mommy or something.
Interesting.
Not my idea. All on Pinterest.
I bribe. The only time my son eats chocolate, he gets like, or not chocolate, but sugar. Like I don't give him stuff like that, but I totally use it as a bribe for like the medicine he doesn't like, because we use natural stuff. It does not, like, sometimes it tastes interesting. But I'm like, you finish that and you get this, and he finishes it right up. Or he'll drink 3/4. He's like, I just can't. I'm like, oh, that's a bummer, because I totally am going to have to eat this chocolate now. Then it's gone.
Sure. But you're safe from the sun. Okay. Next one. Popsicles. They're coming because it's warming up. And so instead of having the popsicles that are going to run down your kids' hands and all of that good stuff, take a cupcake holder, stick the little stick through there. They can still hold it, and now it catches all of that nasty juice and everything, and their hands aren't so gross.
And 15 points if you make your own popsicles and do that, which is so easy to do. Oh, my gosh. And a lot of fun, too, if you really want to get involved in it, to, like, layer fruits and stuff.
Well, and that one would even catch the fruit as it started to melt. Yeah. And then you could eat it out of the little cup.
Hey.
All right, my last one. I was always kind of like overprotective mommy, and one of my biggest things was fingers getting slammed in the doors. So I was always constantly like, don't shut the doors, don't do that. So I wish I would have known this when I had little ones. You take a pool noodle and just cut part of the pool noodle out, and then just like a little piece, put that around your door, and then that way when somebody shuts the door or slams the door, it's going to prevent the door from completely shutting, and it'll just kind of bounce back out, and you won't have slammed fingers.
Well, that's wonderful. And you won't hear the slam, and they won't lock themselves in a room or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what, though? My son is, like, expert. He's an expert door closer. He always makes sure he's the one that closes the car door, and every time I'm like, ah! Watch as I watch those tiny little fingers shut the door, but he is super careful. And he's never one time closed the fingers on his the door on his own fingers because I once slammed his fingers in the door. And it was bad, you know, like, I mean, he was okay, but I wasn't. Like, I still haven't recovered from it. So it took one time. One time, he has never hurt himself, and after that.
You know, when I was a kid, I was probably in first grade or kindergarten, and we were getting out of school, and they had one of those vans, you know, where you like do the door like that. And one of my friends had her hands like that, and I can still remember it, and I slammed it, and her fingers, that's just, once you've done it once, it's the worst.
It is the worst. Yeah. It's worst when you do it to somebody else, though, like his little fingers.
I know. Damon did that to one of ours, too. I think it probably happens more often, you know, than...
He's fine. I obviously haven't recovered. He not only is he fine, but he now has this incredible skill with closing doors, you know?
That's right. He knows, oh, shit, that hurts. Don't do that. So true.
No.
All right. So are we ready?
We are ready.
Okay, let's see if we can get a drum roll. Maybe, maybe not.
Who can get there faster?
Oh, wait, no, I can't find it.
What?
Oh, here we go. You ready?
Yeah. This week's Modern Mommies. What? This week's Modern Mommies Hot Daddy of the Week. Can you pull them up for us?
Look at this one.
All right, so that's Will Morrison, who was nominated by his girls.
Oh.
Yeah. He is a daddy of 2 beautiful girls who nominated him for Hot Daddy of the Week, which is awesome. Hey, totally nominate your dad. But him, so Will, let me pull up what the girls said about their daddy. They say, their daddy is the best because he always gives hugs and kisses. He likes to play with us and always shows up and takes us to our extra things we do, like dance and soccer. The 8-year-old says that he's the best because he still lets her crawl in bed at 8 years old and sleep with daddy if she's scared. And that's sweet. I remember that when I was a kid. And they say the most important part is that he loves them more than anything else. That is super sweet. So, Will Morrison, we commend you for being a stellar daddy, and we honor you as this week's Hot Daddy of the Week. Well done, sir. If you have a hot daddy at home, or if you know one and would like to see them honored here on Modern Mommies, send them to us at modernmommies.me. You can upload your hot daddy there. All we need is a picture and a brief reason why, and you might see them here on the show. Also, you can send them to us through our Facebook group. We have a Modern Mommies group there, so you can find us there. We've got an email address as mailing list as well. Yeah. And you can also find past shows on the YouTube page, on the Soul Garden YouTube channel. And if you haven't been there, please go there and subscribe to help us out. But you can find all of our past shows there. And all right. Well, we are here live every Wednesday at about 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Isn't that right? Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern. Airing live on soulgarden.me, tweettalk.tv, and we'll be here again next week. So until then, I want to say, Jennifer, it is always wonderful hanging out with you, and thanks for hanging out here with me.
Yes, it's always so much fun. I always feel better and awake after I hang out.
I know, right? It is a hectic, crazy day, and then Wednesday night after 8 p.m., it's like, all right, yeah. Well, I'll see you next week, and we'll see you next week, and until then, live, love, be.